5, actually, here, yeah, let's do it on, no, I got to do it over here. 5 is, people get wrong just because they type it in wrong sometimes. So I just wanted to go over 5 on screen here to help you out. And let me see if I can draw with GoToWebinar. Yes, I can. All right. So we have all these different sizes in inches, okay? And we're supposed to list them from least to greatest. We can't fairly compare them right now because, oh, I can't just undo. Yeah, we can't fairly compare them because the denominators aren't the same. So the first thing you want to do is convert all these so that they have 32 in the denominator. Okay, because 32 is going to be the least common denominator. So for this first fraction, you can check by doing 32 divided by 8, but if you do 8 times 4, that would make 32. Same thing up here, you want to multiply this by 4 as well to keep it as the same fraction. So let's list these as I convert them. 5 times 4 makes 20, 8 times 4 makes 32, just like we wanted. This one, you're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 2. That way that 16 turns into 32. The next one, you're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 16, because 16 times 2 would make 32. And if you don't know what that number is, you can just play with your calculator and be like, well, maybe it's 14 times 2 makes 32. No, that doesn't work. Okay, maybe 18 times. You can just play, try multiplying some numbers until you get it to match up. This next one, the top and the bottom by 2, we saw that earlier. So that's 6 over 32. This one, top and the bottom by 8. So that's 24 over 32. The top and the bottom by 4 in this one. This one's already in terms of 30, sorry, got 32 in the denominator, so we need to change that one. Top and the bottom of 1/4, we need to multiply by 8 to make 32 in the denominator. Top and the bottom by 4 in that last one. Okay, keep them in order because we're supposed to list them from smallest to largest. So now that they all have 32 in the denominator, we're just looking at the numerator to see what number is smallest. And it looks like we have, 6 is the smallest number in the numerator. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the 5th number on my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was 3/16. So when I type this in, I'm going to type in 3, and I'm going to type in my slash key, or you could just use the fraction key here. About 3, and I type slash key, and then 16 in the bottom. Now this next part's important. This is the part that students usually miss. Press the right arrow to get out of the fraction, and put your comma, because it says to separate your answers with commas, and then we can put the next number. Okay. So here, let's scratch that out as we go along. We did 6/32. 7/32 is next. What was that? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was the 8th number in the list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 7. Yeah. So what was already in its regular version. So 7 over 32 is our next one. Let's see what's next here. Let's cross that out. 8 over 32 is next. That's the next smallest. So that was the second from the right end point. That was 1 over 4. So we need 1 over 4 here. Let's cross that out. Obviously, you'd probably want to do this with paper and pencil instead of having to use a messy computer. So we did 6/32, 7/32, 8. 9 is the next most. Oh, yes, yeah.
How do I get to that MathPad thing right there?
Oh, this thing over here. It actually just popped up when I clicked on the answer box.
Okay, cool.
It's in a pretty inconvenient spot too.
So
okay, yeah, it should automatically come up. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. So we did 6 in the top, 7 top, 8 in the top, 9/32. is next. So that one's on the list. That's already 9:30 seconds. So that's what we want to type in. Then remember to do your right arrow to get out of the denominator. Okay. Let's see, 10:30 seconds was next. That was 5/16, right? So we're going to want to type in 5/16 in our answer here. 5/16. So I took care of that one. So that was 10 in the top. Looks like 12 in the top is next smallest. So that was a 3/8 up here. So you probably get the idea, right? It takes a while to type in, but it's a good question because it shows you the importance of, why we need to be able to get common denominators so that we could compare those wrenches, find out which one's really the smallest. Okay. Next week, we'll see that we could convert these to decimals too with our calculator, which is equally valid method. But let's see. What else we have? Looks like 16:30 seconds is next. So that was the 1/2 as a fraction up there. Right arrow to get out, put my comma. 16:30 seconds is done. 20:30 seconds is next. That was our 5/8 fraction. 24:30 seconds is next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 6 over. 1, 2. So that's 3/4. And then the last one is 28/30 seconds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on our converted list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7/8. Okay, so I got my list. Make sure there's no comma at the end. WebAssign is going to mark it wrong if there is a comma at the end, which is a silly reason to have it marked wrong. But okay, we can take the rest of it from here. Let me just submit this to make sure it marks up. Make sure I typed it in. Yeah, okay, mark that part right. Okay, so back over here, this part actually has nothing to do with what's up above. We have the sale means are going to be 1/3 off the regular price of $51. And they ask you to calculate the sale price to be printed. So if you're taking 1/3 off of a product, that means the customer is only paying 2/3, right? So I'm going to multiply this number by 2/3 because 1/3 off of the price means you pay 2/3 of the price. And it's nice and easy to punch in that fraction in a calculator. Just read it left to right like we do everything in math. And then we type 51 times that 2 in the top and divide by that 3 on the bottom. So there's our sale price. 2/3 of the price would be $34. In part C, after the sale is over, your manager asks for your sales figures on the wrench promotion. If 150 sets were sold that week, what amount of revenue will you report? Revenue is just how much money you're taking in, right? Without considering expenses and all that stuff. So if we're selling 150 items at $34 each, we just have to multiply these two numbers. Okay, and that will give you the revenue. I gotta finish that. I was gonna leave it there, but I have to know this number for the next one. 5,100. So that was our revenue. $6,000 in sales were expected. So what reduced fraction represents sales attained? So there was $51,000 sales attained. That's the portion we're interested in. That's the top part of a fraction. That's sales attained. But then we need to divide by a total. There was a total of 6,000 expected. So that's the fraction. We just need to reduce it. And when you're trying to simplify fractions, if you got a 0 all the way to the right and a 0 all the way to the right, that's like dividing by 10 to make those cancel out. So we can divide by 10 again. We got 51/60. Both of those are divisible by 3. So we got 17. Whoa. 17 over, I think, what's that going to be? That's going to be 20. So 17/20 is the fraction of sales